going behind and beyond the music. It's Real Talk with G-Love and Kenny the Rocker on Florida Man Radio.
G-Love, are you ready?
I am. I'm waiting for you to mess up the name.
No, I got it. On the phone. Now, this guy's a legendary bassist, by the way. He's played over 2,000 albums, 25,000 songs. I mean, bands, I didn't even know what song to pick for tonight, but he's been with Toto, Phil Collins, the Bee Gees, Reba McEntire, Clint Black, Diana Ross, Neil Diamond, Don Henley, Rod Stewart, and that's just like the first dozen. The one and only, and he has the best beard in the music business, by the way. Bassist Leland Sklar. Did I say it right? Sklar, right?
Perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, he did it.
Yes,
Oh!
I keep wanting to say Skylar, but it's Sklar.
I know, I get that a lot.
So how you doing there, Leland? How you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm so excited to be talking to you two. This is really cool.
No, we appreciate it. Go ahead there, G-Love.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Yeah, say hi.
I'm so excited. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I am in the presence of, I researched you all day today.
She did. She
and
stalked you.
I'm like, wow, if anyone needs to write a damn book, it's Leland.
Yes.
Seriously.
Well, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I've actually got a book coming out, but it's got nothing to do with my career.
Oh, really? What kind
a
of
whole other ballgame?
What is it? Just like a fiction book type of thing, or what?
It's a photo book.
Oh, okay.
It started back in 2004 on Phil Collins' first final farewell tour,
Right.
and there was word that Phil was going to retire. And I thought, there's about 100 guys on this tour that I may never see again. So I decided to take pictures of everybody. And the first person I took a picture of was my bass tech. And instead of smiling at me, he gave me the finger.
Right.
And so I got everybody to give me the finger. And eventually it's built up to where I had 11,000 photographs with people giving me the finger in every walk of life. And
That's
I now
funny.
Finally, with COVID, I had the time, so I've done a coffee table book, which I'm going to take possession of at the end of November, just in time for Christmas. So
awesome.
I'm hustling here.
Yeah, no, that's
fantastic.
Really cool.
It's really fun.
So, listen, you've played with so many guys over the years. I mean, like I said, I don't even know where to start with it. But, first of all, I want to know do you have like a favorite in your own personal thing that you were excited to play with? I mean, Phil Collins, Toto, Don Henley, Rod Stewart.
All of them really. I feel so fortunate that I've had the run that I've had in this business for it's over 50 years now. I've been doing this every day, and certainly hearing Inside Out as you guys were bringing in the show.
Right.
I love Phil. I love working with Phil, and he's a neighbor of yours. He's in Miami. So
there we go.
That's where you're at in Miami?
No, Phil's in Miami. I think you're in Los Angeles.
Phil lives in Miami. I'm in L.A.
Yeah,
but all the years with James Taylor and Jackson Brown and all these people,
Great guys.
They all hold a really special place in my heart.
I was telling G-Love earlier. I said James Taylor. He's like my go-to guy when I am just like stressed out and whatever. I put on some James Taylor. It always brings me back down. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it has that. He had that quality, that's for sure.
Wow, God bless you, man.
Well, I know you're going to speak really, really nice about everybody, and I know that's going to come out, but I need to know.
Well,
come on, there's got to be one or two or a couple, that you could say, oh, they weren't that easy to work with. It's got to be.
There's been a few pant loads in my life. But,
pant loads! I love it.
But you never quite. I really don't like to speak ill of any of the people I've worked with, because I really, even on some of the worst projects I've ever worked on, there were other people involved in it that made it a valuable experience. It's like when I go into the studio, the artist may not be that good, the songs may not be that good, but I look around and the other players are great, and we have a community, so we put in our 150% and make that day for that artist the best it can possibly be. But you leave kind of going, what a schmuck, or
right.
Nobody's ever going to hear this. But I've just found it's just if you start talking bad about anybody, word gets back, and people. There's some guys in town who have really lost work and respect because of kind of bad-mouthing people that they should have just not said anything.
Yeah, because
I'd rather focus on the people that are great.
Yeah, because that a-hole might call you back and want to do another session.
Yeah,
right.
I'm a bass player, so I'm greedy enough to say yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would tell you, like I said, your list is out of control. We interviewed about a month ago or so. We did Kenny Aronoff, right? And Kenny Aronoff's played with a lot of different people, not extensively as you have. I mean, you've got a little bit longer list, but my thing was, and I asked him as well, is there anybody that you have not played with that you would have loved to have played with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a super fan of Steve Winwood. I love Steve Winwood. I think
stuff.
Back in the High Life's one of the great records ever, and I've never had the chance to work with Steve. So, there's still a number of them. I mean, I've worked with a lot of people, but there's a lot of people out there. And, and Kenny and I work together all the time. I just was with Kenny the other day.
Right.
I absolutely adore Kenny Aronoff.
Yeah, just a
Great
fabulous
drummer.
Yeah, no, an unbelievable drummer. Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I just make an observation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Since I did research you a little bit, I call it my stalking moment. You sound really, really good. I'm not going to call your age out, but if somebody asks me, how old do you think he is without seeing what I saw today? I would say you're in your late 40s, early 50s. I mean, your voice does not sound...
He's got a lot of energy, man. He's still working.
No, I mean, it's amazing. Listen to his voice.
No, I feel energetic every day. I just got in from work. I've spent all day today with Vinny Colaiuta.
I know Vinny,
doing an Argentinian artist named Leon Grieco, and off on something else tomorrow. And Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we're doing James Taylor's sister, Kate Taylor, who, when we did her first album, was 50 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
So
that's
it's amazing. But I'm 73.
Right.
Oh, well, that's good. You said it, not me.
Yeah, no, I'm an old fart. It's okay.
It's all good, man.
It's good. It's good.
So how did you get into a lot of session player? I mean, how did you become in that circle like that? I know it's a tough circle to get in. I mean, obviously people like you. You get the job done. I mean, these are high quality Grammy winning type bands, artists, bands, whatever. How do you get into that circle? It's a smaller circle.
Well, I mean, for me, I really kind of got into this business by accident. I always knew I was going to play music. I've been playing since I was 5 years old.
Right.
But I was in a band in 68, 69, and our drummer had a friend named John Fishbeck who had done all of the early Stevie Wonder records and had a studio in Hollywood. And he would come and hang out at our rehearsals, and one day he brought a friend of his who had just gotten back into the United States from England, and it was James Taylor.
Right.
But nobody knew who James was, and he got offered a gig at the Troubadour here in L.A., and he remembered me from a rehearsal and suggested that Peter Asher, who was managing him, call me for the gig. I thought it was going to be one show, and I was still in college at that time. And that one show ended up being the rest of my life.
Right.
It was like the perfect storm. And because James was the kind of the perfect person for this new kind of change in the music scene with this West Coast singer-songwriter movement that brought, Jackson and Ronstadt and Poco and all these groups, Eagles. We just rode a wave, and the wave is still going. It's been a remarkable run, but there was no premeditation or, man, this is what I'm going to do. It just happened on its own. I just kind of gave into it, and here I am.
Yeah, God bless you on that. It's funny because I told G Love, I was like, look, you know the guy because I've seen you like just, because I'm a musician, so I'm like, oh, that's the bass player. Who's the drummer in this? For whatever project, for whatever Grammy show or MTV show or whatever, I'm like, there he is.
Yeah,
I know that guy. There he is again. There he is behind James Taylor. He's behind Phil Collins. I mean, I know that guy, right? So it's like I knew who you were because you have that kind of distinctive look with that beard, bro. I mean, the beard's out of control.
Yeah.
He's in love with your beard. I'm starting to get a little concerned with Kenny.
I love it. No, because I put up a picture of him and ZZ Top,
Ringo Starr, too.
Billy Gibbons, and I was like, man, he's kicking Billy Gibbons with the beard there. I mean, it's like he's got the massive beard.
Yeah, Billy's a good friend. It's really fun when we get together, and it was actually very funny. I had to get a picture of Billy for a function where he donated a guitar for this charity that I work with, and but he was in Europe, so I went online to find a good picture of him to put with the guitar.
Right.
And I saw there was an article in there about Dusty Hill. So I thought, I'm going to check out, really look at Dusty's history. So I pull up this article, and there's a picture of me instead of Dusty on his thing.
It's great.
It's pretty funny.
I mean, you almost have to. I mean, for somebody that's living this life, I mean, you have to wake up and go, man, I can't believe I do this for a living. I mean, who gets that opportunity? It's just, to me, it just blows me away, to be honest with you.
No, I pinch myself every day, even though I would pinch myself anyhow because I enjoy it. But,
now that's a visual.
Any attention is nice. No, but, I really feel so fortunate. It's been, I've worked really hard like the other guys that I work with. We've all really worked hard at what we do in our craft. But, it's an amazing run, and I think the thing I really enjoy the most in my career has been the diversity, so that I could be working with Reba McEntire one day and Billy Cobham the next.
It's unbelievable.
I would used to do stuff with like Anthony Newley and all these different different legit singers, and Streisand and all these people. So it's been really fun. I'm very appreciative. I'll say that.
Wow.
And I'm back in a band now with the guys I've been playing with for 50 years.
That's what I was going to ask you. I mean, what does one like Leland, who has hit all these milestones, what are you going to be doing in the next 10 years or so?
Well, we're really focusing. Well, first off, I mean, we're just anxious for the pandemic to be behind us so we can actually keep moving. Because right now everybody's in a holding pattern, just waiting to see. And we must, because for safety reasons. You don't want to put an audience in harm's way, or the band. But we're working. I'm in a band now called the Immediate Family, and it's Russ Kunkel and Danny Korchmar and Waddy Wachtel, myself, and another friend, Steve Postel. And we've got an EP coming out. We've got a live stream coming out the 17th. Denny Tedesco, who did the Wrecking Crew movie, is doing a documentary film about us right now. And so we're really focused on that. So, that's kind of my main impetus right now. But these are the guys that we played with in the very beginning with James Taylor. So it's been a fabulous, life together as brothers. And the thing is, we all still love playing together and dig each other after all these years. It's an unusual situation.
It is. The thing is, now for you, like I said, you've done a lot of session work as well. Do you enjoy that more or less, or do you like playing live more? I mean, or is it equally the same for you?
No, not equally the same. I think if I was put in a position that I had to make a choice, I would choose live over studio.
Right.
I just love playing live and having an audience. And also, when you're playing live, the minute you hit a note, that note's history. It's already done.
Right.
In the studio, you could play a note, and they could sit and scrutinize that for an hour. And I love the process. I love making records, but I think if I had to actually make a call, I would prefer live. Kind of the same way I'd love to drive a dragster, but it would be cool to be in the pit crew too. But driving it would be for me the most fun.
Like I said, being a bass player, what's one of your favorite drummers that you've played with? And you've played with a lot of drummers.
Wow.
Tough.
You know, I mean, that list could really go on. Because,
I mean,
you know,
who else has a list
well,
like that, right? You go, oh, let me give you like 50 real quick. Bam, 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 bam. But I didn't know if you had.
Well, it would be kind of that. It would be kind of that situation, because when I'm looking at Billy Cobham to Levon Helm,
right?
You know, to Phil Collins, to
Wow.
Kenny Aronoff, you know, and Russ Kunkel and John Robinson, and you know, I've always thought that really one of the greatest gifts to me in my career has been the other musicians I've gotten to play with, more so than the artists I've played with.
Right.
Because the artists kind of come and go throughout your life, but there's a thing about, you know, playing with the same group of players for the most part for, you know, 5 decades.
Wow.
A lot of the musicians in LA that I play with on a regular basis, we've been playing together since the early 70s. And there's a familiarity and a comfort that comes with it. And the creative process only benefits by that familiarity.
Sounds like a musician.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
I wish we just had like another hour, really.
Well, I want to get his coffee table book right now of some people flipping everybody off. That sounds
I
like
know.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's a really good book, and it'll be available by the holidays. I'm building the website right now for ordering it, and it's one of these things I think people at this time in history
Right.
need to laugh and smile, and that's all this book is going to do. There's about 6,000 photographs in it of everybody from Jack Nicholson to Bernie Williams from the Yankees to all the musicians, Charlie Watts and Bill Collins and winos that I've, you know, found on the street.
So is this going to be your coffee table book? It'd be the Leland Sklar FU book?
Well, the book is actually called "Everybody Loves Me."
That's funny. You're
That's
number
awesome.
one. That's why, right?
Absolutely, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I'm really excited about it. It's been a long time coming, and you know, dealing with the pandemic is really it allowed me the time to do what I need to do, and I have a YouTube channel that, you know, I would invite anybody to come to that. I'm having the greatest time on my YouTube channel. I've done a video every day since this all started. It's got several hundred videos now.
Well, that's what happened to me. I actually my computer went down for like a day, so I'm getting it fixed tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I called Eileen from World Star PR. She's a friend, and I said, "Hey, listen, he's got so many artists he's played with. What song should I go with?" And she said, "Just go to his YouTube channel." And I was like, "Oh." Okay, I get it. I see what you're doing. So no, I had a really good time doing your actually myself going through your YouTube channel, and I seen the Phil Collins thing, which I'm a Phil Collins fan. So I was like, boom,
Yeah,
perfect.
Phil's the best.
Yeah, so good stuff,
Phil's
by the way.
I love Phil.
Well, listen, we're getting ready. We got to get out of here. We only give us like 15 minutes to talk. But if people want to track you down, obviously, where do they go?
Well, they can come to my YouTube channel, or they could come to my Facebook page. Everything's public.
Okay.
And once the website for my web presence comes up, the site's going to be called LelandsSclarsBeard.com.
Oh, of course.
You and that beard, man. Beautiful beard, by the way.
It is.
Thanks.
Hey, wait, before you go, have you ever played Santa Claus?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Well, he's got that wicked
No, he
white
looks like a
beard.
perfect Santa Claus. I just want to hug him. Seriously.
It'll take a lot of padding, though. I'm a lean and hungry Santa.
Yeah, yes, I
The
see
dark
that.
Santa.
Oh, he's a freaking musician. That's why he still stays lean and mean. Listen, Leland, we appreciate it, man. It's been an honor to talk to you, and hopefully, soon this will all pass. I'm hoping maybe after the election, but as soon as this thing passes, everybody can come back out and play live shows, man. We'd be you got a friend here in Florida, so let us know.
Yeah, we want to be invited.
If I get down there, if I get down there with whatever I'm doing, you're first on the list.
Awesome. That's all I
what
wanted to
I'm
hear.
talking about.
In Orlando, baby.
Yes.
Listen, well, you have a great time,
Absolutely.
and we appreciate it, man, and just keep on rocking, baby.
Absolutely, and stay safe.
You
You
too.
too.
Appreciate it. Thank you. That's Leland Sklar.
Sklar.